Okay, everybody, welcome to NFL News. Super Bowl's already set. Green Bay versus the Steelers. Green Bay is 2 points favored so far early in the week. I would not take the Pittsburgh Steelers defense lightly. I wouldn't take the Green Bay Packers defense lightly. It's going to be a hell of a game, let's just say that. But this is a news chat. Let's go back to the Jay Cutler incident. He has a sprained MCL, had no ice on his knee on the sidelines, didn't give any kind of emotions on the sidelines, didn't help the third-string quarterback, didn't talk to his teammates, didn't seem excited when they scored a touchdown, just sat down like he gave up. My opinion is he gave up. That being said, he'll be back next year. He is one of my quarterbacks that I like. Now, here's an interesting developing story. Carson Palmer of the Cincinnati Bengals demands a trade. He states if he's not traded by the Cincinnati Bengals, he will retire. He's looking to go to Seattle, San Fran, or Arizona. Ken Whisenhunt is licking his teeth right now. He has Larry Fitzgerald, a younger receiving core out there. All he needs is a quarterback for Arizona to get back into the hunt of things. And Carson Palmer could be the piece of the missing puzzle. Carson Palmer's tired of playing for the Cincinnati Bengals. It's a winless team, he said. They don't try to win. They don't put no effort into it. Why Marvin Lewis got a coaching extension, I'll never know. Ocho Cinco destroyed that team. He stole that team. That's all that team's about is him, and that's all it's about. And like I say, Jay Cutler, in my opinion, gave up. A sprained MCL. Ben Roethlisberger got hit in his knee. He was limping all game long. He said he would have had to been pulled off on a stretcher to get him out of that game. Pouncey was injured. He was on crutches, but he was still on the sideline supporting his team. Jay Cutler said he showed poor performance. It was a poor coach game by the Chicago Bears coaching staff, putting in a third-string quarterback before the fourth quarter, is giving up on all your quarterbacks because they would not be allowed to put Jay Cutler or Collins back in that game once that emergency quarterback was put into that game before the fourth quarter. Terrible call by the coaching staff. Terrible performance by Jay Cutler. He gave up on his team, on his teammates, and on his city. It looks like he just tapped out, sat on the bench, no ice on his knees, no trainers around him, nobody around him, just sitting there moping for no reason whatsoever. He gave up on that team. I don't care what anybody says. The early report was it was a tear. It is a sprained MCL. You could have got back in that game. You could have played, and you could have gave your team a fighting chance. You gave up on your team. You gave up on your city, and it's a disgrace to that city, to that Hard Knocks team. And I don't care. Of course, the teammates are going to come to his defense, but the bottom line is he gave up, and that just pisses me off. But the Super Bowl is going to be one hell of a game. I hope Pouncey gets healthy in time. He says he has a sprained ankle. Let's hope it's just a sprained ankle or MCL, whatever they're calling it. But I don't understand what's going on with Jay Cutler these days. He did the same thing in Denver. He gave up and he demanded him out. But the big news story of the day is Carson Palmer wanting out of Cincinnati. He's done with the Bengals. He says he will retire if he does not get traded, looking to go to Seattle, San Fran, or Arizona. So look for Arizona to try to get him in there as soon as they can to rebuild that team before that team's light goes out, because right now they're still a good team. They got a good solid team. They just don't have a quarterback. They bring Carson Palmer into the fold, and they're going to be the team to be reckoned with next year in the NFC. And that's all I got to say about that. We'll be back in a couple days for Super Bowl chat. We'll talk about the Pro Bowl. Rex Rhines will be coaching the AFC Pro Bowl team once again. I just hope for Rex, I feel bad for Rex, even though I don't like him. He lost 3 AFC championships in the last 3 years. 1 to the Indianapolis Colts, 2 to the Pittsburgh Steelers, 1 as a defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, 1 as a head coach to the New York Jets. Santonio Holmes bashed his offensive coordinator, said Schottenheimer did not have a good game plan. There's no reason why they couldn't have won that game. They didn't play in the first half, and he's just disgusted by the coaching staff and all the play calling that was done in that game, and I'm out.